Okay, to make the discussion easier and shorter, let's put this into a metaphor. So, how does a teacher, as the head of class, become one of the drivers of the community? This boat represents community. One of the boat's essential building blocks in order to move is the sail. Let's take the sail as a representation of schools having the same duty of making a community move. But a sail alone could not serve its purpose if there's no driving force to push it, the wind. And this is where we'll start our talk. While school is the sail, teachers are the driving forces to move these sails. First of all, teachers must be able to drive or manage the class properly, because the students will be driving the community themselves somehow in the future. As second parents, the bond between students and teachers must be strong, but there must always be a space between them. That boundary is respect. To gain respect is to manage. You can't manage the class properly without gaining respect from the class. It's the root of classroom management. And these are the fruits: organization, focus, attentiveness, and productiveness. But how to manage a pool of different personalities? Howard Miller, Associate Professor of Education at Lincoln University, suggested 12 steps teachers can perform at the beginning of the year to promote effective classroom management. Number 1. Develop a set of written expectations. You can't read minds. Ask the class to write their expectations that you can live with and enforce. These written expectations will guide you all throughout the school year. This doesn't mean accomplishing all their expectations, just knowing what's beneficial and not. At least, you'll have an idea of your students' views. Number 2. Be consistent. Consistency is only highly effective when you're giving your students quality education. Number 3. Be patient with yourself and your students. If you choose a profession such as teaching, you'll need a whole lot of patience. Demonstrate professional behavior and a positive attitude so you'll set a good example to your students. Remember that you can't manage a class without managing yourself first. Number 4. Make parents your allies. Call early and often, and always use the word concerned. When communicating concern, be specific and descriptive. Having your students' parents on your side is advantageous in various ways, by means of guiding the students toward the right path. Number 5. Don't talk too much. The average attention span of a student is 15 minutes, and you have to make use of all of it. Use the first 15 minutes of class for lectures or presentations, then get the kids working. After 15 minutes, the attention of the class is divided into the things in the surroundings. Talking non-stop may cause your students to lose their focus. Number 6. Break the class period into 2 or 3 different activities. Use special activities in the classroom to make the learning enjoyable. Be sure each activity segues smoothly into the next so to not divert the topic into another. Number 7. Begin at the very beginning and end at the very end. Make efficient use of learning time. Wasting time during class period only results to hustling over the remaining topics as the end of the school year approaches. In the end, students will only lose the knowledge they deserve to get. Number 8. Don't roll call. Roll calling only reduces the learning time of students and causes commotion on your teaching schedule. Take the roll with your seating chart while students are working instead. Number 9. Keep all students actively involved. For example, while a student does a presentation, involve the other students in evaluating it. A person's involvement blocks the feeling of being neglected, thus erases the possibility of them losing interest in their studies. Number 10. Discipline individual student quietly and privately. Never engage in a disciplinary conversation across the room. Supplying the students with words of wisdom and the consequences of their disobedience or their impertinence could not be done during class hours. Students may lose self-esteem. In order to help each child to grow to his or her fullest potential, teachers should know how to approach them in the right way. Number 11. Keep your sense of humor. Students get hooked with teachers who have a lot of sense of humor. Cracking jokes in class helps on focusing their attention on you while you're discussing. But as always, set a boundary between you and your students so the jokes won't go overboard and spoil the discussion. Number 12. Know when to ask for help. Asking for assistance is not a crime. No matter how we try to compose ourselves, there will be times when we'll need guidance involving our works. Don't be afraid to ask others, especially those who have more experience, so to make your way of teaching quintessential. The school and community collaborates in such ways. Parents are the first teacher at home. Government officials, professionals, and all residents are highly motivated to participate in PTA activities and projects. The community keeps the school surroundings clean. Share resources whenever needed. This collaboration yields such benefits. According to Herman Melville,
we cannot live for ourselves alone. Our lives are connected by 1,000 invisible threads. And along these sympathetic fibers, our actions run as causes to us as a result.
but there are two important terms that connects school to the community: linkages and network. Linkages are partnership that is not as strong as the networks. Example of this are the barangays, hospitals, and church near the school that are working in company. While networks are strong partnerships between organizations, both public and private sectors. Examples of this are departments of education and research departments. So, the teacher is the wind, the school is the sail, the boat itself is the community. The rope and mast are the linkages of the two. The wind makes the sail move, while the sail makes the boat work. Without the rope and mast which hold the sail, the whole thing will be insensible. School and community are interconnected in many ways. Without the work of the other one is useless. The same goes with the people operating inside the two.
The trumpets blow. Make the trumpets blow.